Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unpopular View.
Thank you all for clicking on our faces.
Blue flag with all that.
Okay, so I wrote down some notes.
She wants to do that.
I don't want to sit too hard.
That's twice. That'll probably go over about as well as Colonel Bobby.
Because there was no Jay White sighting.
Okay, just straight up gangbanging. This story has been fit. You gotta pay attention.
So Unpopular Review does not. What is she the CEO of, Chris? Jesus, golly.
Let's start the show.
Now this is Vegas.
To a night we'll never forget. Sure you're qualified to be taking care of that baby.
Oh my God.
We're getting married in 5 hours.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
What is going on?
You know, my website was not working because I was going to actually play this song when I was doing this talking. F a copyright. But can't do it because the website's not working. I guess they said F you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about one of my favorite movies. Why is it one of my favorite movies? It's one of my favorite movies simply because of the fact that it is Vegas, baby. One of my favorite cities. I got many homes, but Vegas is definitely my favorite city of any city I've ever been in. Love it. I see that. Anyway, bottom line is I can't wait to talk about it. As James will say on Tuesday, let's start the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to talk about The Hangover. I don't have one, haven't drank in almost a week. It's terrible, but you know what? Hangover came out in the year 2009. Believe it or not, I have never been to the city of Las Vegas before I saw this movie. I went after I saw this movie. It gave me the blueprint of how I was supposed to do it. But also, let me tell you this. I told Mike something earlier, and I realized after I watched it, it's not true. I haven't seen this movie since 2009, right? So watching this with a fresh pair of eyes, I can honestly say I loved it even more. Simply because of the fact that I said, hey, I know that place, and it brings back so many memories. I love this city. I love it. Let's go ahead and bring on the Hamburgers. Let's talk with Vic. Vic, how you doing, Vic?
Chilling, fam.
Hey, let me ask you a question because you're going to notice I'm going to talk more about kind of like, you know, we're on this. What month are we about to do? We're about to do summer movies, right? And you picked Summer of Sam. Why'd you pick Summer of Sam, Vic?
Because like that guy did like a crazy thing in that summer, and I never saw that movie. And I want to learn more. And it
was in New York. You're New York bias. You're New York bias.
Do the Right Thing was in New York too. Like,
I mean, I'm not exactly happy about that pick either.
But it has nothing to do with my New York bias.
Well, Hangover definitely has a lot to do with my Vegas bias, ladies and gentlemen.
Clearly.
Now let's go ahead and bring on Mike Knox because I'm going to end up talking more about the city than I am the movie. What's going on, Mike Knox?
You're always looking for a reason to hate on New York.
On something, but we haven't even done Do the Right Thing yet, and he's hating. Like, right? Damn. It ain't 2 hours. Summer of Sam is 2 hours and 22 minutes long. Hate on that shit.
Yeah, I peeped it. That's why we. That's why the decision was made. The decision was made.
See now, why y'all got to be all Gen Z with good movies?
No, I don't say y'all. I picked.
Y'all, because the first thing you complain about is how long it is. So what you talking about? You wanted to be digestible.
I was picking on him for that. I picked The Sandlot. It's oh my God. I hate that movie. Like, who the fuck hates Sandlot? That guy up there. That's who. Over here. Like, come on. Who hates The Sandlot?
Where's the
it's going to point over you because of the position that you're in. So,
boo.
Yeah. Boo-hoo. I hate that. Who hates the Sandlot? I mean, it's Friends.
Hold up, but he doesn't say. He usually just says it randomly, things that he hates. And probably didn't even see the movie. He just randomly hates the movie because he's Chris, right, Chris?
No, that's
is that true?
That's completely incorrect.
Everything is Batman. Yeah.
That might be true.
Who let the dogs out? Who?
Anyway, Hangover was clearly a fun movie because it starts with like, what the hell just happened, right? And then the great thing is that you don't necessarily see what happened, and you have to go through the adventure of the movie to understand what the hell happened. And the way that they did this, I personally think was brilliant. But I'm sorry to cut off on your train.
How have you been to Vegas?
No, I haven't.
Right. So
I haven't.
I can tell you how it happened because it's Vegas, baby. Like this is the adult Orlando, Florida, right? I absolutely love.
My father-in-law said some people can't handle Vegas.
I believe that. And what I remember about seeing this movie and then later going to the city of Las Vegas, Nevada, is because you imagine which person in your friends group you are. Which person in your friends group this person is, Doug is. All this other crap.
Well, what Doug? He wasn't in the movie enough.
Sure, he wasn't. That's why he's not on the poster.
Right.
Some Vic, what would you imagine you would be?
Phil.
Get the fuck out of here. I love you. You are not Phil.
Phil.
You are not
because
Phil.
I would constantly look for the positive in things instead of be a worry wart.
You have a very good point with that, but you're not Phil because I don't see you keep staying with a woman who had sex with a bartender on a cruise last year.
That's not Phil.
That's Phil.
That's not Phil. Okay, who's Phil? Which one's Phil?
What? Is it? You thought you wasn't know this
Phil was the
Phil
pretty.
is Bradley Cooper's character.
Oh no, dude, definitely not Phil.
He's definitely 5'8".
Actually, you're none of them.
He's none of them.
You're none of them.
No. I would give him Doug.
You're Doug. You're Doug.
Because I was the man.
Dougie. He's definitely Doug.
Because he got married. Okay. Yeah. I'm Doug. And everybody's trying to find me because I'm lost in the roof. Yep. All right.
Definitely Doug.
Yep, I'm Doug. Because I wasn't in the movie. Hilarious.
Mike.
I'm definitely Phil. With a cross between Alan. Because I can be a little psycho, but Alan, it's like certain things he's like, for instance, I watched it again today. Remember they go to the ER and the ER doctor's there. And the old man's like cough. He's like so mesmerized, like, what the fuck is going on? like even when he put his clothes on, he was still looking like, how does his balls hang so low? You know what I'm saying? Like, Alan is, I'm telling you right now, Mania in Vegas next year. My first time going, I'm supposed to be going for my uncle's birthday this September. But I'm walking in Vegas, but the first time, you know me, Chris, I will not wear wrestling gear at all. I'm going to wear white pants. I'm going to have that shirt on. I'm going to find me baby Carlos. I told my kids, you're going to watch Hangover before we go. I said, you know how to understand what kind of rude, ignorant shit I'm going to be on in Vegas because you shouldn't be with me in Vegas. Okay? You should not be with your father in Vegas. I'm not your parent that weekend. You need to make sure you get home safe, Dad. I'm trying to have Vegas leave everything in Vegas, and including the herpes, as he said in the movie. Okay, you can't bring that shit home. I can't wait to get there. And this movie made me want to go even more. So, who you think you are?
Oh, I'm Bradley Cooper's character, and I can really claim that because I've been where Bradley Cooper's character.
You're not Phil. You're not sexy enough to be Phil,
bro. Plenty of women do not want me out with their husbands for that very reason because they feel like I'm a bad influence. Why? I don't know why, because I'm such a saint. But that's the truth. Right?
No, man.
That's the truth. He also took charge.
I know it ain't you. That's how I know you are, Phil. Okay, because I've been with you enough times to know you delegate way too much to be fucking Phil.
I don't like to always be that man. But sometimes to be the man, you gotta beat the man, baby. And right now, I'm the man. I
feel like he's the man that carries the baby.
You've got to be kidding me.
But who saved the day? Who truly saved the day in this movie?
That's true.
I've watched this movie 100,000
really
times
did.
and have not realized until today who actually saved the movie.
That's right.
Who saved them? Start with you, Vic.
Freaking the chubby guy.
Alan.
You know why? Alan had all the resources. And how did they get those suits in the freaking highway?
Well, that wasn't Alan. That was Bradley Phil. That was Phil's character that did that. He had
that was Phil?
Yeah, that was Phil.
I was this guy. I thought that was Alan's guy.
No. Who you got, executive consultant?
It was a dentist. He found out what Doug was.
No. He did that, but when they got to the roof, Doug and Phil just ran. Phil and Stu just ran to Doug. Alan comes in last, who's been completely the reason why they're fucked up here because he roofied them. Okay. As he's going to the alley, he's on the roof. He stops and he puts the brick in front of the door so they all don't get stuck on the roof. Because if they just got stuck on the roof again, they'd have all been stuck on the roof again. And so Alan, who I can't be near a school or a Chuck E. Cheese's, and it wouldn't be frowned upon if it wasn't for 9/11 about jerking off on a plane, saved the day. Like, we got to think about if this was some of the other people on this network, some girls we've had here, I'm going to call them out right now because they would say, oh my God, like, this was just so wrong. Like, this is cringe. Like, it's a comedy. It's a comedy.
Though.
Definitely called out. I know who that was. That was a terrible impersonation.
Every time he was jerking off the baby, like,
that was cringe.
That was cringe. You know
it
what I
was
mean?
cringe. It was cringe, but it's Todd Phillips. That's what Todd Phillips films do. You're talking
this
about
movie came out 15 years ago, and there's certain things that were said and done.
You could never say today.
Not say,
and that's sad. And you know what? That's sad.
What was the funniest line?
Paging Dr. Boo Boo.
What was the funniest line? The funniest line was when Zach G, because I can't even pronounce his last name. When Zach G was arguing with the Japanese guy, because I forget his name now too, and he said,
"Oh, got the little short man."
He said, "I don't like Godzilla either," or something like.
Yeah, yes. He said he's very mean to people.
I was laughing.
I'm with you. I don't like Godzilla either.
Oh,
yes,
man. Actually, no. Now I remember his interview with Hillary Clinton. That shit was crazy.
But shout out to Jade though, who Stu marries, the sex worker who's a stripper, right? Because she's very smart to have it go that way, because that's how you meet good guys. Roller Girl from
Dick Ziegler,
from Dick Ziegler's movie. That was Roller Girl, right? I just thought, like, if you watch a Todd Phillips film,
Mark Wahlberg's movie,
as we've seen before in Todd Phillips films, one that we did here before that I had picked, being old school. This is that kind of comedy. You go into this comedy not being offended. If you go in here thinking I'm gonna be offended because this psycho is jerking a baby, then you're in the wrong film.
No, but who does that? Like, who's gonna go into it ready to be offended? That's my thing. Like,
who has gotten so drunk that they woke up and could not remember how they got there or what they did?
Never.
I have plenty of times. It is not the most comfortable feeling. It happened to me 3 Sundays ago.
I've been drunk where there's
literally
bits and
3
pieces
Sundays
that I don't remember. You know what I mean? Blacked out though, where I don't remember the whole night. Nah,
it's nothing worse than you wait. First of all, it's nothing worse than waking up and not knowing how you got home. It's nothing worse than waking up and finding out somebody's in your bed. That was weird. It's nothing worse than going to the exact same place the next day because you're a freaking crazy person. And everybody's telling you all the stuff you did and acting like they don't know you. You're like, you're giving them the Thanos treatment. Like, I don't even know who the hell you are. You know, it's a terrible feeling. But my God, hey, Vegas has had some of my drunkest moments. Why? Because unlike your stupid city of New York City, Vegas is truly the city that never sleeps. You can get drunk all day, every day, no matter what time it is, no matter what.
And marijuana is legal.
Well, there goes my spiel.
Well, I mean, that's when.
I don't smoke. When I go to Vegas, I want to indulge.
casinos and shows. Like,
And I want to fund the Bunny Ranch.
no.
First of all, Mike Tyson.
Facts. That was interesting.
First of
I
all,
forgot about that part.
When he laid out Allen, he was like, why would you do that? I'm such a fan. You know what I'm saying? He said, like, when the movie starts and he's calling, he says, hey, this is Phil. Leave a message. Don't text me. That's gay. Things you could not say today in a movie. This movie would have been kicked out a long time ago.
No, you definitely can't say that today because most people prefer the text.
Well,
Yeah, that's true.
most people do prefer text, and you guys are all strange. It's okay. In the neighborhood, who are you going to call? New York Ghostbusters? No, they don't get the job done. You got to bring in a new empire. But this movie,
You're
Hangover.
going to start coming after the city.
Hey, you know what? It's so
I'm-
good. You
I-
know what?
no,
Here's the thing: when you
I
got
actually
haters,
love
you're
New
doing
York.
something.
No.
When you got haters, you're doing something right.
I actually love New York. I've been in New York. To me, I would say this much, Vic. I'm in New York in the 90s. To me, it was the best time to be in New York. Was that 95 to 99, and I ran that East New York, South Side. I lived it. I've been there. I've done it. Talking about gypsy cabs and quarter strip machines, the whole nine before they fucked the city up. But I hate the way the media portrays New York as if it's the only city that effing matters. I love people from the city. I love the city. Fuck all your sports teams, by the way.
No, but who's the
They can
thing,
all get a
though?
they can
Here's
all
the
get a
thing, though.
they can all eat a ditty.
Who portrays New York that way?
The media.
No, the media that is the media that's catered to y'all.
I
Because
don't know
if
what
y'all
that means.
receiving that, if that's the media that y'all receiving down there, because TV.
That's the national news.
No, not always. B,
What you
because
mean?
here's the thing.
You have
Who
the
is
number
doing
one
that?
market.
Who
You have the
is
number one
doing
market.
that? Who's
New
doing
York.
that?
Oh, he
You
gets
don't walk around in
that.
these streets. You don't see what's going on. You only know what you hear. You don't know what's going on. You know what you remember, not what's going on. So what are you talking about?
I'm talking about
Nothing.
what the media shows. The
Exactly.
media, hold on.
You're being told, baby. It's just like listen.
Hold
You know
on,
what you hear about Dominican Republic? What you heard, and you know what's
Hold
gonna
on.
happen?
Listen,
When
I'm
you
not
show
Dominican
up,
Republic
you're
yet.
gonna
We're
go to the
talking about New
goddamn
York.
resort.
We're
You're gonna go to, and you know what's gonna happen when you come to New
Yo,
York?
B.
You're not gonna leave Times Square, my man. You're not gonna leave Manhattan, my man.
Yo,
You're not gonna
Ak.
go to
Yo, Ak.
You're not
You
gonna
are
go to
absolutely
You're not
right,
gonna
Vic.
go
I gotta
to
give
the
you all the
club.
credit. I'm not leaving
It's not gonna
Manhattan
happen,
because I like
baby.
my life. I like my limbs.
You see what I'm saying? I know what you heard.
No,
You don't know what's going on.
Listen,
I know
that's
what's
that
going on.
brother.
I know what's
That's
going
that
on.
brother. That's
You don't
that brother.
understand
That's
the
him.
level of gentrification
That's
that is
him.
happening all over this
You
city,
can't
bro.
listen if you
don't
can't hear me.
understand.
You can't
don't
listen if you
understand
can't
what's
hear
going
me.
on.
Like,
You
yo, we're
can't
all
listen.
over the place.
No, hold on,
Hangover's built up a lot of emotions.
This is my point, though.
We're
Hold
not
on.
even joking.
The
Go ahead, 'cause we're about to hit a
the
commercial.
number one market in the country on every single thing, whether it's sports. I watch mainly sports. Okay, it's always, and I agree. It's Madison Square Garden. It's the New York Yankees. It's New York this. Jay-Z
Why
has
is that?
Can
Why
I finish
is
my
that?
point, please? Can I
You-
finish
but
my
wait.
point? Can I? No. Wait. Let me finish my point. The man says, I make the Yankee hat more famous than the Yankee King. That could be more further from the truth. He's not bigger than Derek Jeter.
Okay,
The
let me
captain?
ask you something. Let me ask you something. You want to know why the Knicks haven't won anything in a long time?
Because they're in New York.
Because they don't spend money on basketball players. You know why?
They didn't
'Cause
spend money on
you know
Amari
why?
Stoudemire.
But here's the thing: they don't spend the money. They don't spend the money that they need to. You know
On
why? Because
Porzingis?
they don't.
Baseball.
They don't need to. They fill up the stadium with other shit.
The Cubs the same way.
They don't
That's why they
need
still
to
losers.
because the Cubs exactly
The same
because
way.
they have the market in order to
That's
fill
what
up
the
that
fuck I got to do in
stadium.
New York being
In
over
New-
talked
in
about.
Washington D.C.
Uh-huh.
They need to. They don't fill that stadium
Because
all the
it's
time with
DC. They're everybody
regular
from somewhere
shit.
else.
Exactly. Everybody else.
Just like
New York
Florida.
City. New York
Miami?
City has 8 million people close by.
And that's the way
Everybody
people
else
that
has
have
a lot less.
that have the
people.
best pizza
You
in the world.
don't
That's
need
a
a
shame.
good sports team.
You
with
got
a
8
big
million people
following
and don't even have
in
the
order
best
to
pizza.
fill
That's
up
a
that
shame.
stadium. And mind you, we don't need to have the best pizza anymore. You know why? Because all the transplants came and took it out.
Took it out.
It's,
Well, you know what I can say
it's not Sal's Pizza anymore.
I'm picking
You know
Vegas
why? Because
over
Sal-
Sal's Pizza.
No, Sal took his ass to Long Island.
Sal left the motherfucking neighborhood, and Sal was the one who dropped his Italian name.
Long Island
Sal
still
doesn't
I
have
don't know who
his
Sal is.
Sal was the one who dropped his motherfucking.
But I do know
Sal doesn't have a culture
Hey, Vic.
anymore.
Hey, Vic.
That's why
Look at this
Sal
Staten Island dump. Look at this Staten Island
Exactly.
dump up here. You got a Staten Island dump.
These two great shows coming out next week, Tuesday, Thursday. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to give our final thoughts on Las Vegas, Chicago, and New York comparison. Stay with us. You're watching a popular review.
I kept waiting for Spider-Man to show up in Homecoming, No Way Home, and Far From Home.
No Way Home, he showed up.
No, he didn't show up. He showed up from an alternate portal that a fat kid made all of a sudden because he got a new bling ring.
First of all, he's not fat anymore. He lost it. So you put more respect on Hobgoblin's name.
Movie, he wasn't the Hobgoblin. He was just the Goblin. And he wasn't swinging through those streets with Spider-Man, though. I tell you that. He wasn't running with Spider-Man. All that superhero work. All of a sudden, he could do magic. Anybody could do magic except Doctor Strange in the MCU.
He had
Yeah, what did he have? The plot ring? Yeah.
He
did that faster than Doctor Strange did in his own movie. You realize that?
They just had a...
No. He made the sling ring portal faster than Doctor Strange did in his own movie.
I didn't like Doctor Strange movie.
And I didn't like the Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland.
I liked the Spider-Man movies.
Spider-Man wasn't in it. He wasn't in it. And then when he actually got a real fight, every time he gets into a fight, he gets that work.
It's not necessarily true.
The Vulture was whooping on him till Tony had to come in and talk to him. In the second one, he was getting that work with little drones. Okay? Even took off his mask because he was so shook. And then the Green Goblin came in there at 70 years old and gave him some John Wick love and beat his little ass.
He gave him the work at the end of the movie. Spider-Man was putting in work at the end of the movie.
Spider-Man almost killed him.
Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Not Tom Holland Spider-Man.
He was about to kill Green Goblin.
After he got his ass beat for the 20th time.
He wasn't allowed to
even Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, got punished. I mean, he got a whole wall fall on him.
He got his ass beat so bad he made everybody forget. He said, just wipe all the memories. I can't outlive it. I
I think she's starting to suspect something.
Who? Your wife. There's a poltergeist in this house.
Your mother's in here with us, Harris. Would you like to leave a message? I'll be sure that she gets it.
Yes, Mom. Will you get out of there, please?
See you later, Mrs. Harris.
Your geist is growing increasingly more violent. We have to destroy it. How are we going to destroy something we can't see?
Scary Movie 2.
Now let's split up.
Wait a minute, hold up. How come you white people always say let's split up? She's right. We should stick together. Yes.
Okay. You three, follow me.
Ain't that a...
You the man.
No, you the man.
No, you the man.
No, you the man.
You know, deep down inside, I think you wish you were black.
Who told you to step on my sneakers? Who told you to walk on my side of the block? Who told you to be in my neighborhood? I own this brownstone. Who told you to buy a brownstone on my block, in my neighborhood, on my side of the street?
Doctor? Come on, what?
Always do the right thing.
That's it?
That's it.
I got it. I'm gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, next Tuesday,
Sal's Barbershop, Sal's Pizza, by the way.
Next Tuesday, we are reviewing none other than Scary Movie 2. And on Thursday, we are reviewing none other than Do the Right Thing. Looking forward to it. But today, we're reviewing Vegas, Chicago, New York.
The first commercial that you showed, what show was that? Y'all were talking about Spider-Man doing Scary Movie?
That was actually an outtake of a recording for a future episode.
Okay.
And I just thought it was entertaining, so I made it a commercial.
Okay. Tom Holland do be getting that work, but he always wins.
You know what? He does always win, but I didn't realize how badly he was getting his ass whooped until he brought it to my attention. I was like, oh, shit, he really is. Yeah. Oh, well, let's go ahead and talk about our final thoughts. Vic, we'll start with you, my man. Your final thoughts when it comes to this movie.
I mean, the greatest thing that they did was reveal their roofied moments at the ending credits. Like, I thought that was interesting because it just, like, this whole thing just made you continue to watch the movie. Like, especially their whole adventure looking for Doug. I mean, honestly, like, I thought it would be a little bit more interesting instead of him just being on the roof. You know what I mean? And clearly, like, the fact that the bed was on the roof, you know, that could have gave some indication before going through all of that shit. But then at the end of the day, like, I thought it was brilliant how they made it to the wedding and the guy got married. And like, I was a little jealous because I mean, hey, that would have been nice if that was me. And then I just rode in, just showed up to the wedding. Like, hey, you know what I mean? So I get the fact that I'm Doug. But yeah, that would have been fun, you know, going to Vegas and then coming back and all of that. So now let me ask you this. Because you're so like a fan of Vegas, right? And I've never been to Vegas, right? So I assume that it's a lot of gambling and a lot of shows, right? So now besides that, and I don't mean the escort part, but besides that, like, and the clubs and things like that, like what else, you know? Because like if you want to go clubbing and karaoke all night, I get that. Then that's fun. You know what I mean? But like besides that vibe, those vibes, like what else is there really there? Because people say it's just like an amusement park for an adults. And I'm trying to understand that.
Clubbing, drinking, partying, pool parties, gambling, even though I don't gamble. I mean, it's just a playground for adults. You'll realize that once you're able to finally go to Vegas, even though you're going to be 72, when you're able to go to Vegas, I'm going to be right there with you, partying with you.
I mean, no, it's just that, like, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, like over here, especially if you go out into the boroughs, there's always a party going on. And then once 4 o'clock in the morning hits, then there's an after party. You know what I mean? So those vibes, you know what I mean?
3 words I've never heard anybody say.
You need to stay away from Vegas then. Okay.
I've never heard anyone ever say those 3 words.
Don't come in here with spewing your hate. Don't come in here spewing your hate. See the hater.
I'm sorry, what? You're the hater.
No, see the hater.
She's the hater. No, she said I hate Vegas.
I mean, yeah, she's entitled to her opinion, even though she never said that. But she's not typically a hater.
Stuff like that. We don't say negative stuff here. It's Thursday.
It's just Thursday. Okay. Only on Tuesdays they do that, right? Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha. Listen, Rain Man did it, and he was a retard. Okay, like this movie on so many levels is crude, rude, but yet I would arguably say one of my top comedies that I've ever seen. I laugh at it. I've watched 1, 2, and 3. I think none beats 1. I think 2 was good.
No TV in your room.
I didn't even know there was a 3.
No need for 3 in my opinion, but it was still funny nonetheless. The
Hangover trilogy.
The after credits with Alan actually getting fellatio in the elevator from the old lady, like all these things
that was
wildly inappropriate, but yet still fun and funny. I saw this movie in the movie theater. I laughed my ass off. Then to you in the movie theater, you're like, yo, shut the fuck up because you can't hear the next joke. I watch it at home, and it's just flat out, just funny, just flat out funny. 2 thumbs up, 5 thumbs up. If I had toes I could throw with this, I would throw toes up with it too. This is one of the funniest movies of all time. Todd Phillips, between this and Old School, did his thing. So what? He dropped the ball on Basketball and those other corny movies that may have followed South Park. But
hey, you know, Basketball
this is a great film to me.
Fun.
Looks fun, but was the movie good? But we're talking
not really, but the sport
right.
itself, it looks like it's a good time.
But
I would like.
I mean, that's like saying, what's that new shit that everybody like? It's like tennis, but it's not. Something ball. But it's like a whole. It's like a wiffle ball to use. Pickleball. No, pickleball is just you being lazy and can't play tennis. Okay, get a tennis ball and get them knees together, or go play racquetball. Okay, but pickleball is a sport for those who can't play sports. That's my opinion. I watch them all the time up by my house. They be having pickleball tournaments. I'd be like, y'all are just old, okay, and couldn't play. So I got a wiffle ball. It's slower. No, Vegas is Vegas, and when I go to Vegas, I will spend $5 on red to be like Vinny Chase and the boys. I will have on white jeans and a samurai shirt. Okay, and I will find me someone named Doug and sing the Dougie song the entire song. This movie is absolutely amazing. Again, things you cannot say today. They would say in this movie so many things. And I love when Stu finally comes home at the wedding and says, "'Cause you fucked the waiter." And then Alan goes, "I thought he was a bartender." You're right. He was a bartender. This movie is just hilarious. 2 thumbs up for me.
But you know, honestly, what's interesting about that is that he stood with the hooker. Like he wanted to go back to Vegas to hang out with the hooker instead of like his girl. That was wild. Hold up, you muted.
Well, if you see the other trilogies, he's with somebody else after that, though. But you know, it does end the way that he's going to be with her. But moving on, he gets ultimately married in the second movie in Bangkok. So
nice. Okay.
Oh, you want to fuck me? I fuck you. Like, all that shit's funny. I'm sorry. Like, you went with executive consultants like, I hate Godzilla too. He's mean to people. Like, out of nowhere, it's like Hangover to me was like watching wrestling. It made fun of every race, creed, and gender. Okay. And I enjoyed every single one.
Well, it was better than the year 2009 for wrestling because that was a horrible year for wrestling, in my opinion. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder what I thought. Man, it looked like they had a rough night. Thumbs up for me. Can't wait for the next couple weeks because I need a thumbs down in there. What was the point of that? Thumbs up for me. It was a great movie, funny movie. Loved it then, loved it now. Vegas, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, any final thoughts from Vic or Mike?
No, it was just interesting. I mean, I really like the way they portrayed Vegas. You know, it just I mean, I wonder if that actually happens to people. But from the way you talk about it, yeah.
Yeah, maybe
it just
not.
sounds it just looks very expensive.
It is expensive, it's not cheap. And next year WrestleMania will be there. And
it's cheaper than Philadelphia. I'm looking at rooms. Rooms in Philadelphia were expensive. These rooms are very affordable. People stop being so cheap.
My room is not cheap. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen.
I know where you're staying. I almost said it out loud. That's a beautiful place. And I want to know, I'm sorry, did the real Caesar live here? I mean, I want to know if my beeper is going to work here. I'm sorry.
That scene almost made me change my hotel. But I stayed at Caesar's Palace before. Not that penthouse. I wish. I wish.
4,500 a night.
42, and that was in 2009. Imagine how much that some other costs now. Matter of fact, I'm about to look it up.
Probably 10 racks a night. Yeah,
10 racks. Racks on racks on racks.
Yeah, just give me a credit card.
It's nice to have money.
Yeah. Just give me a credit card.
Must be. Well, here struggling with YouTube TV. All right, ladies and gentlemen. For Mike, for Vic, I'm the executive consultant, and we will see you right here next time on a Popular Review.
No man team, baby. No man team.